I'm here today taking a look at the Safari Limited 2020 Shringasaurus. Now, a while back, someone on my YouTube requested that I review a couple of figures, a couple of Safari figures that I wasn't initially planning on buying, a couple of Schleich figures, and then at least one Collecta figure. I'm at the very least going to review the Safari figures. I don't remember who requested this exactly, but I'll probably put who requested this in the description. But of the three that I got, and I got these all from djenkins.com, because this guy and one of the others I'm going to review are on Amazon, but one of the guys I wanted to review was not, so yeah. But of the three I got, the Shringasaurus was the first one I opened, and honestly, of the three, he's probably my favorite. Just because he's actually pretty nicely sized. He's, the Safari does definitely have a scale problem, in my opinion, with their figures, because their figures tend to range from decently sized to really, really small or really, really big. A good example of this, I think, would be the Safari Limited Camarasaurus from a couple years back. I don't remember exactly when it was released, but that figure was huge. And as a result, it was not in scale with the other sauropods the Safari has released. And in contrast, they can also have figures that are a bit too small, which is what I'll be talking about when I talk about the next two. This guy is, of the three I got, is the most decently sized, and he's pretty nice. Shringasaurus is a pretty obscure animal. This is, I think, the first company that's really tackled it. Sorry. And I think they did a pretty good job on it. He's a nicely detailed figure. There's a lot of nice little scalation detailing here. I'm not too knowledgeable on Shringasaurus, but from what I can see, he's pretty accurate. Yeah, it's definitely a nicer looking figure. The paint job on this guy, admittedly, though, is a little bit... I really don't like how much orange and brown we got this year from Safari, because we seem to have gotten a lot of orange, because the Shringasaurus was orange, the Concavinator was orangish brown, the Edmontosaurus was a really dark brown. I'm not saying any of the figures looked bad, but I'm just saying that I really wish Safari varied their colors a little bit. But overall, he's not a bad figure. So if you're a fan of Shringasaurus or other obscure animals, you might as well go ahead and buy this guy, because he's the only one you have on the market. I will warn you, this guy is, I think, $20 or so, but if you're willing to spend that much on him, go ahead.